time for cartoons. No time for tunes. No time for cartoons. It's no time for tunes. This is Toon Jam. Toon Jam the show. No time for anything other than Toon Jam the show.
Toon Jam. Toon Jam. Hello and welcome once again to Toon Jam Podcast. I'm Matt and this is
Jimin.
Yeah. Yes. And in normal speed, I'm Matt.
And I'm J-Man.
And today we're talking about Bruno the Kid. Don't know if you remember Bruno the Kid, but it was produced in 1996. Had only one season, ran for 36 episodes, and starred none other than Bruce Willis.
Ooh.
Big shot, who was also an executive producer on the show.
Ah.
Obviously had a lot riding on it. He plays an 11-year-old boy who becomes a top spy for a secret espionage organisation. The organisation, named Globe, contacts Bruno via his computer and a special gadget watch, and is completely unaware that its top spy is such a young boy, as he hides behind a computer-simulated avatar of a full-grown man in the image of Bruce Willis.
Yes. What a show.
What a show. I mean, it's basically like a young American James Bond starring Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound real, does it?
No.
The more you talk about it, the weirder it's
Yeah.
like.
It's not like if you pitched that to someone, they'd be like, "Shut up and go away."
Yeah, they'd be like, that sounds hilarious because you said
Yeah.
Bruce Willis, but otherwise.
Yeah.
But wait, he also has a computer simulated version of himself that is Bruce Willis.
Like what? Yeah.
Like, yeah, I might make it because it sounds stupid.
Yeah.
But there you go. It was made.
It's true. It's
and
real.
ran for 36 episodes.
Yeah. 36 of those.
Bruno the Kid.
Impressive.
It is impressive.
Yeah.
So, before we get started, let's talk about our memories. Okay, so memories of Bruno the Kid. Do you have any?
I think I'm sure I have watched it before, like as a young boy. I do. I'm sure I remember catching it, maybe. But I also think the character kind of reminds me of like Codename Kid Next Door. Like for some reason, like in my head, those two things cross over for some reason. So, but I'm sure I did see it when I was younger because I'm sure that's where like Bruce Willis entered my brain at a young age. So just that weird CGI version of him.
Yeah,
like
because obviously at the time that was like
anything
amazing.
CGI you hone in on, don't you?
Yeah,
and it's like, whoa,
what is
look
that?
at this, because it's like about the equivalent of.
Because I mean, what's the same year that? Well, it was a year after Toy Story came out.
Yeah, and a year before GoldenEye came out. So
Flipping heck.
that would be good graphics.
Yeah,
that mind blowing.
Especially for TV cartoon.
Yeah.
When was Reboot?
90 later.
It was around then, though. Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was around then.
You'd be pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty impressed by that. I remember it. I remember it well because I remember my mum telling me that's Bruce Willis.
Sometimes
and it's like, he's in films. Oh, right, I didn't know that.
Films, you say?
It's like, no, he's not. Look, he's there. He's computer image. No, that's. And it's like, oh, he's the voice as well. Oh, right. I'm sure he was like, at the same time, I might have seen him in like Look Who's Talking because he was the voice of the baby, wasn't he?
Yeah. So it's just
loves playing young people. Yeah.
Forever attached
Yo,
to his
hey,
it's me, Bruce Willis.
Hey, what is this? Party or what?
Yeah. Whoops.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Just do his dialogue lines in high pitched voices.
So I do remember it. I remember it well, and I remember the theme tune.
Yeah. No time for kids, no time for school.
so on and so forth.
It's a very
don't want to hit you with it again. You've already
heavily
been
soulful.
Truly,
yeah,
truly soulful.
Makes you think that Bruce Willis clearly likes his soul.
Oh,
if he was on board, if he was executive producing the show,
he was like, no.
There's no way he wasn't like.
They made a theme tune and he said, no.
Yeah.
I like what you've done,
Yeah.
but it's not soulful enough.
That's it.
And then stepped in himself.
Yeah.
He sang the theme tune like that. And that's how he got it. Yeah. And that's how he got it. Because he definitely sang it.
Little known fact about Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
He sung the theme tune from Bruno the Kid.
So there you go. Interesting, to say the least.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what episode did we watch? High Tide, episode 5.
Yeah, that's right.
So let's go into a quick playthrough.
Rewind. Playthrough. Yes, High Tides indeed.
High Tides.
This episode we kind of see like the villain first, like it opens up on is it Doctor or Professor Cy Cologne is his name, which is quite a fun pun name.
Yeah, and he's sort of a like a, I don't know, sort of Bond villainy. Yeah, bit like he's bold.
Got an eye patch and
a fake hand. So he's kind of got a piratey vibe going on, but also with a Bond villain mixed in there. He looks a bit like Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, he's got a very egg-shaped head, doesn't he?
Yeah.
We start with him, who's basically he's in some sort of meeting with some powerful people.
Yeah, it reminds me of like Austin Powers.
Yeah,
when Dr. Evil calls up the sort of
like
heads
board.
of the world. Yeah, that's basically what's going on here.
Yeah.
He's like doing his classic terrorist routine.
And so he's basically saying he wants like millions of dollars from all these other countries, or he's going to melt the ice caps, raise the water levels, and cause mass flooding. Which, I mean,
ironically, like
we've just done.
He should have just waited.
Yeah, and just claimed that it was him. Yeah, and just been like, this is my plan all along.
Yeah.
So that's basically hatched at the very start of the episode, and then he's awaiting some payment essentially. Meanwhile, we cut to Bruno the kid, who is he's doing his normal kid stuff.
He's at school, isn't he, with his mate?
Yeah, with his mate, and I think they've got to go to like a dance or something later on.
Is it his girlfriend?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, but you're not quite sure at this point. And so he's in the library, isn't he? Yeah. And then he kicks her out, and then because he's got an assignment or whatever, and he goes into the computer and does his little CGI Bruce Willis situation. Yeah. And gets his
he's like in the shower, isn't he?
Yeah. It's a really
weird one. Like he's like sitting there in his towel,
just like, hey girl.
like Bruce Willis is like, I want to be topless. I want to be muscly. In CG. So that the kids know
who's the daddy.
They know who's talking now. Look who's talking.
Just look at these pecs. Yeah. Look at these CGI polygon.
Yippee-ki-yay!
So we see Bruce Willis in almost naked glory, just casually leaning against the bath or whatever, and picks up a new assignment to take down Dr. Cy Cologne. Yeah. And so Bruno, he's got his helper, who is like...
He's like a butler of some sort.
Yeah.
It seems to be.
And he kind of helps him along with a lot of the tasks, although Bruno seems to be the mastermind behind it.
Yeah, he just is there as a, don't know.
Yeah, it's just like a side guy. Yeah. So Bruno manages to he checks in with his he's got his little James Bond network situation.
Yeah, he's got like a queue, hasn't he?
Yeah, and, so he grabs some gadgets from him, who explains that he's given him a laser that's...
It's like a lightsaber, basically, but it has a very finite source of power, so don't waste the battery. Yeah. And he gives him an Elvis wig with a tracker.
That's it, like the tracking toupee.
Yeah, and like the first thing he does is start pretending he's in Star Wars with the lightsaber.
So he's still got kid aspects to him, I suppose.
He's still living life.
And so they go to track Dr. Cy Cologne. They go to some dodgy bar or whatever and find that he's playing poker
Yeah.
And then he tries to get in on the poker game, which seems weird because he's an 11-year-old kid. But
yeah.
They just,
and there's like, so it's quite a poker scene. I suppose it's a James Bond thing, but they've all got like hands and
yeah.
You're full on watching a game of poker. Really.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know what any of this means. Just like, oh, he's got a red one. Yeah, I guess that's good.
But then he bets the wig, doesn't he?
Yeah, he bets the wig in, and it's very enticing to Dr. Cyclone, who's got a very bold egghead. Yeah, tries it on, and the woman in the thing seems very taken by.
Yeah, she's got the hots for Dr. Cyclone.
Because Bruno tells him that it was once Elvis's.
Yeah, wig. So that's why he wants it.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, if it's good enough for the king, it's good enough for me.
Yeah.
And so all of this happens. They find that Bruno cheated on the poker game because he had like 6 cards instead of 5 or something. And again, poker nonsense that I was not really to. I was like, oh, I thought that was a clean win.
He was as well clued in on poker as you were.
Yeah. So this is how poker games go.
Yeah.
And then lots of more antics.
Yeah, he gets like chucked under the sea with an anchor.
And then it becomes a sea chase, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And Dr. Cyclone has got his he's on his little boat and he's riding away. And they end up trying to give chase. They've got like a submarine or something. There's all sorts of business going on. But essentially, he's still waiting on the last country to like give up like the money. Otherwise, he's gonna detonate. He's gonna melt the ice caps. But Bruno is hot on his tail, and by using the toupee tracker and stuff, they manage to find exactly where they are, get into the midst of his sort of where his machinery and all that stuff is, and manage to bodge it enough so that he can't continue. And then essentially the plan is foiled.
Well, then he rigs it, doesn't he? So it blows itself off.
Yeah. They've got 2 trackers. They basically divert the satellite stuff. So he puts one in his underground base, and he blows it. He presses it, and it blows up, and he's like, "No!" And then he's like, well, "Guess where the other one is?" And he's like, "I don't know." And then he presses it, and it blows the ship up.
Well, he says he goes, "I don't know."
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Like he does have a moment of realization.
It was pretty. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But he saves the day. And then there's a weird bit at the end where he like goes to the ball or something.
Yeah, well, he's shut the power off. He uses the power in his girlfriend's house to power whatever he's doing. But also it sets her clocks, like stops her clocks from working for 2 hours. So because he's like, he knows he can't make it. He arrives on the scene and she's like, "Oh, we're ready to go in." He's like, "Oh, you're 2 hours late." Yeah. So it's actually, he's worked it in his benefit.
Yeah. So I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, it's just all part of his master plan.
Yeah. It's like, I was like, why is it 2 hours later? I thought she genuinely just was late, and it was just like, this is.
That's why she was like, "Oh, maybe the entire power in my house went out for 2 hours." And he's like, "Anything could happen. Yippee-ki-yay." Yeah.
I thought this was just the beginning of like a story arc where she has like mental health issues.
Oh no,
just eventually, so perfect plan executed perfectly by a 11-year-old boy with the voice of Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
End of the episode.
Toon Jam. Toon Jam.
Yeah, Bruno the Kid.
Bruno the Kid.
Yeah.
So, he looks like a baby, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
He's like his hair, baby. Is so bizarre. He's got like a little tuft.
Yeah.
That's the only bit of hair on his head, and it really upset me for a lot of the episode. And his dad's the same, which is even weirder.
Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah. It's weird that his voice is more manly than his dad's voice as well.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
It's really weird, isn't it?
The concept is
just the whole Bruce Willis addition to the show.
So strange.
It is so strange. I don't really get it. No. Almost like
it's like that was like the best thing they could come up with, because Bruce Willis was like, "I want to be in a spy show." Like, how do we do this? And they're like, "Well, only young characters really appeal to a young audience." And he's like, "Right, so I'm a kid.
Yeah, he's like,
they're like,
I've done that before. Look who's talking. I was the baby. I can do that.
I guess, but like, why would a kid be a spy? And it's like, well, how about we CGI me, and then he sends those videos to the people that are hiring.
And make me naked.
Yeah.
Whenever possible.
And they were like, well, I guess that works. Whatever.
Saves us on CGI and clothes, I suppose. But weird concept.
Very weird.
But, it's not necessarily jarring.
No. And I think it's weird because it's like, Bruce Willis has got quite a bold head as well. So, it's funny that, like, the kid's kind of already got that onset boldness.
Ready.
And there is a moment where he keeps talking about the boldness of Dr.
And you think a bit
and
like...
you're like, this is... Where's this come from?
Yeah. A bit rich, pal. Yeah. Like, you're a kid.
Yeah. Like, Bruce Willis is like
baby head.
in the recording booth with that toupee on. Like, Chrome Dome.
But he had hair at the time, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
What did he in the 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like receding hard.
Yeah, and he had that like weird...
That just shows you what happens when you make fun of the boldies.
That's it. Oh, the karma. The bold karma.
Yeah, Bruce Willis was hit hard.
Yeah.
Not long after.
That's it.
That's why he had to be in cartoons.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It all makes sense. It all makes sense. It's a weird show.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, because you'd think it'd clear it up once you started watching it. You'd be like, oh yeah, it sounds weird, but when you actually see it, it's not that weird.
No.
But that's not what happens.
No. Well, it's because they made him look like such a baby. Like, he's got such a baby head.
Yeah. Giant head.
Just give him more hair. There's a lot of celebrity references as well, isn't there? Like,
Loads,
like Stallone. I can't remember. Oliver Stone, yeah. And it's just kids are definitely not getting those jokes.
Definitely not. No.
Especially the Oliver Stone one.
Yeah.
What kid has seen an Oliver Stone film?
Yeah.
Just like, oh yeah.
Oliver Stone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Obviously that was in there for the adults, but it doesn't. Other than that, there's no jokes in there for the. It's just like Bruce Willis is in it.
Yeah.
Did you know Bruce Willis is in it?
It's a very weird.
I don't know, but it had funny moments.
Yeah, it did.
It did have funny moments. I quite liked the villain in it.
Yeah, he was funny.
Cyclone. Simon Clone.
Cyclone.
he was funny. I liked the hand gags because obviously he had a fake hand.
Yeah.
He kept screwing it off and putting a new one on to whatever he needed. So he put one on with 6 fingers because there was 6 nations and he was counting and he was like, oh crap, I need another finger. Swap it over. Quite like that. He was just his visual appearance was stupid enough to be quite funny.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because like he would look menacing if his head wasn't so
egg-shaped. It's so bizarre.
Yeah.
The plot was fairly standard of that kind of thing.
Yeah. There's loads of weird movie moments just crammed in there as well. Like, it's clearly a James Bond rip-off as well.
Yeah.
But then there was like the bit where, in order to evade his parents, he had the waiter guy do a Mrs. Doubtfire. Yeah. Like, so that to say that he was babysitting. Yeah. And that was like, oh, that's just
unnecessary. Yeah. And there's a lot of unnecessary gags in there that they sort of crowbar. They kind of still. You weren't like, oh, that's come out of nowhere, but you were just a bit like, what?
Yeah, it was weird that they were ticking those boxes, as well as like doing a kids show. But
it's a bit more of a. It's like it's got all the zaniness of a '90s cartoon show, but on a stable track. Yeah, and that doesn't quite fit it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they're still sort of they're trying to create that more streamlined show, like an actual storyline, and it's a bit more down to earth, but it's still got the nonsense in there as well. Yeah, because that's what probably it's more of a victim of the times. Because a lot of them would have been like that.
Keep trying to aim for that audience. I imagine Bruce Willis is pretty happy with it because of I mean, kept him youthful for a bit longer, and. Got to put all those gags in about all his co-workers and stuff.
I mean, is it a show that people really remember now?
I don't think so. This is the first I've heard about it.
For saying there's a cartoon with a major star, especially at the time. Bruce Willis was like big. I mean, he's not small now, but he was bigger then, wasn't he? You'd have thought someone like people would remember that more.
Yeah,
but no,
it is odd that
it's not particularly like, oh, that was bad.
Yeah, it's not awful, is it?
No,
like, yeah,
it's just not stand out.
Yeah,
enough.
Strange one. Yeah,
don't
know why. Which it is pretty funny that like he was so typecast as like the hero that like when he came to do a cartoon, like he had to be, he had to make a teenage, like a young boy, just like stand in for him because it's like he can't do anything other than like action apparently. Strange, so strange. Yeah, it's because he's one of those guys where it's like his career must be just so hard, like because he's just done those same films and he still does them now. Do you know what I mean? Like the straight to DVD films.
He's like,
it's just got Bruce Willis.
Just action films.
Yeah, like I'm sure he just does it now, just out of habit more.
He didn't used to just do action films, did he?
No, like you say, he did the comedies and stuff. And he was in like
12 Monkeys.
He did dramas. Yeah, he did dramas and thrillers and stuff. 12 Monkeys. Like
I suppose he was in
Sixth
Thingy, wasn't he, recently? What, that M. Night Shyamalan one?
Which
is
he did
sequel, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did work. He worked with Shyamalan a couple of times, didn't he? So
he just did the odd, more interesting
thing.
piece.
But I think when someone thinks Bruce Willis, they immediately go action, don't they?
Yeah,
because I suppose that's
of the time, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
look at his IMDb.
Like Stallone, like
yeah,
because it was like, was it them three that started Planet Hollywood?
Was it
Arnie, Stallone, and Bruce Willis? I think
makes sense. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting that it's not more remembered. I think the biggest problem with the show is Bruno.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
No.
At all. And I think it's his visual appearance. He just looks so like up himself all the time. Just thinks he's better than everyone.
Yeah.
Really got my back up just looking at it. He's got that really cocky look on his face, and he's always got his hands in his pockets, slouching, the baggiest clothes on. And he's like, yeah, cool. I'm so cool. I'm Bruno the kid.
His head always
because like, oh yeah, you lot are all kids, and I'm actually a man.
Yeah.
In a child's body. He just thinks he's better than everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, not particularly likable.
No.
You can't imagine you'd ever really like a kid that Bruce Willis.
No, Bruce Willis voice, unless it's a baby.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Like an actual baby, that's okay. But as soon as they're a kid, you're like, oh.
What's going on?
But it's the way they drew him as well. It was just so.
Yeah, and it's just what he did as well. He was like, he was quite commanding to his his African American
his butler.
Yeah, quote unquote butler.
Voiced by a white man.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Yeah. So
of the times, I suppose.
Of the times. Yeah. But yeah, a weird James Bondy type show that no one really remembers.
No.
For saying that genre is quite popular.
Yeah. Well, shall we give it our rating?
Yeah.
Okay, so here at Toon Jam we have a 3-point rating system that is absolutely flawless. Thumbs up, lightsaber time. Thumbs down, you are so bold. And shaky middle, bizarre towel scene.
Yeah.
So that's good, bad. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure. So, your thoughts?
Well, as a for a show with such a weird concept, I was definitely on board just from its odd ideas, because I'm happy to go left field when necessary, and it turned out that it didn't disappoint. It was equally as weird as I expected. Watching the show, it was fairly standard spy sort of affair, which is not particularly up my street, but it was fun enough. Like it ticked all the boxes necessary, and I think the comedy side of it worked quite well, because I did find myself laughing a few times, especially with the villain, because he was pretty funny. But
it's fairly like solid.
yeah,
Like solid show, like straight.
yeah.
You know, it wasn't poorly made or anything.
No, like I've seen a lot worse as far as like story goes on each episode. Like it was a Bond film in a very short space of time, which a lot of cartoons and stuff probably couldn't really pull off.
Yeah.
And from what I gather by the stupid pun names that seem to be on every episode, like we're gonna get this a lot if you keep watching.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, that's pretty good. They managed to like keep it going for so long. Bruce Willis dynamic, that's weird.
Yeah.
But
jarring.
But you couldn't have the show without it.
No,
so,
without Bruce Willis, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't
the show.
work. So that's pretty hilarious.
It's a strange.
Yeah, and it really did like it. It was such a weird watch. Like I didn't know what to expect next. And it made me laugh so much. Like the bit where the Cyclone's got like a hook for a hand or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it says like, oh, you've got a bit of sleep in the corner of your eye, and he pokes himself
jabs it.
like,
ah!
Like
bear in mind he's wearing an eye patch as well, so he's only got one word.
Yeah. It's the comedic timing was really good on some bits. So for me, it's actually going to be a thumbs up for Bruno the Kid.
For Bruno the Kid.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
No.
But it swept me off my feet and into a bizarre bath scene with Bruce Willis himself.
That's Stevie, baby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was funny. It made me laugh. It felt a bit long. I was
in the middle of it.
It dragged on a bit. Didn't have to be that long. It is still. I find it very strange that there's 30 odd episodes that Bruce Willis voiced every single one of it. You're just like, how did this get made? How like what? Who had the conversation? Whose idea was it? How was he so involved in it that he was an executive producer? It's like one of those things where you watch it and you don't really think much of it, especially when you're a kid.
Yeah.
You watch it now, you think, oh, Bruce Willis is in it. That's good. But then you really think about it, and it's like
the more you think about
at what point? Like this was like the height of his career.
Yeah.
Or near about. He must just accept anything. Like I mean.
Yeah.
Maybe he just loves voice work.
Maybe.
He just doesn't get enough of it. I don't know. But interesting, nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't like his character.
Yeah.
Really. And it's not his voice in either. I think it's more...
the design.
Yeah. I don't really like the art style, if I'm honest. I did like the villain, but I hated him.
Yeah.
His stupid bald hairhead. I didn't know... like his baby face, and just thinks he's so cool. He looks like an idiot. But I think that it was tight in its construction. It was well made, but it was just a bit bland for my liking. It was almost like nothing new.
Yeah.
Like the only new thing it brought was a CG Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
In the shower or whatever. That's the only thing that really it had that was different. So for me, it is a shaky middle.
Yeah.
Because
no, that's fair.
Yeah, like I'm not going to watch anymore.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was bad.
Yeah.
Shaky middle.
I'm kind of intrigued to watch more, just because it's like I want to see what they do with the CG Bruce Willis.
Yeah, just watch only the Bruce Willis scenes to see what kind. Because if you think that was episode 5.
Yeah, and he was like,
and he's in the shower. Like, what next?
Oh boy.
It's like episode 10. He's in a porno.
Yeah. Just like, sorry guys.
Sorry. Rutting away.
What's that, a new mission?
I'm in Busy Town with Richard Scary. Oh man. Sorry, Richard. Okay then. So on that note.
Yeah.
A thumb up. And a shaky middle.
Yeah, I think, and I mean, I think the thumb up generally just comes from curiosity and just its abstract
amazement.
nature.
It is amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
The wow factor.
They made this happen. Fair play to you, Bruce.
And that theme tune as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's earned it.
Oh man,
He's earned it.
stonker.
Okay, so thank you for joining us once again. If you enjoyed this episode, please feel free to rate and review us. It really helps us out. Super helpful. Find new people finding us and more episodes and whatnot. All comes from there. We also have a Patreon if you want to help support us even further, and you get extra episodes on there and stuff. So that's pretty nifty. Otherwise, if you want to get in touch, let us know what you think, or just request an episode or whatever.
Yeah.
You can get in touch with us on the 3 Bruce Willis avatars of the internet: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at ToonJamPod.
Yes.
So, until next time, stay Bruce Willis-y.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening to Toon Jam. And if you want to continue to help us out, you can help us by jumping over to our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/ToonJamPod. And if you can rate and review us everywhere you listen to your podcasts, so on iTunes or on the Android apps, that'd be a massive help too. Thank you, and stay jammy.